Hello class, I just wanted to post a quick little update on some of the material. Some of the students in class were getting a little confused with the way I first presented things, so I have tried to be a little bit more clear on the next homeworks and worksheets, but I also wanted to show some more material of me explaining things. So, some different things to help look for when we are classifying information. Classifying our different properties of matter is first, when we're looking at elements, we want to look for abbreviations. We want to look for things that look like a parenthesis and then a capital letter, or a parenthesis and a capital letter, lowercase letter. So these are abbreviations for each element. You can find these abbreviations on our periodic tables. So please remember to look for things on our periodic table. If you have not found a good periodic table you like, I've been using ptable.com. You can see that right here, periodictable.com, and it has all of them. So our examples were hydrogen, so we found hydrogen right here, number 1 on our table, and then also Fe, so iron, number 26. So that's the best way to learn if something is an element or not. We don't have to know the element. We just need to be able to recognize that it is that our abbreviation is standing for a element, and then we can come and find it. So, for example, if we had a abbreviation of SB, then we can come over to number 51 and learn that it is the element antimony. So that's a good way to learn or to remember how to classify elements. Then when we are talking about, one second, loading. Okay. Then when we're talking about compounds, we have to remember our definition, that a compound is 2 or more elements chemically combined. So we look for abbreviations like NaCl or HO. So we can tell that these are compounds because they have multiple capital letters in them. So an abbreviation like HO has the element hydrogen and the element oxygen. The abbreviation NaCl, this is an L, has the capital letter N and C. So Na is the element sodium and Cl is the element chloride. So those are 2 separate elements coming together to make a compound. When we're talking about homogeneous mixtures, a lot of the time we use words or phrases like pure, so pure water maybe, or clean air, clean, maybe solid metal, or even a well-mixed liquid of some kind, tell us that is a uniform composition. So going back to our definition, we're thinking about homogeneous, we think about uniform. So these are just great indicator words, or words that tell us that we are talking about uniform. And then when we're thinking about heterogeneous mixtures, I like to think of layers. So things with layers is a good indicator that it is non-uniform. It's a good word that tells us that it is non-uniform. Things like pizza have a layer of bread at the bottom, and then a layer of sauce, and then finally a layer of cheese. So when we have distinct layers, that means it is not the same, not uniform all the way throughout, and heterogeneous. I hope this could help a little bit with some of the worksheets and some of the homework going forward. I will try to be very clear when I'm creating things to use some of these words, and maybe even describe the object I'm thinking of, so that so that you guys are not confused. So I hope this helps.